discuss a very important topic today. We'll be discussing, that is a trademark. So I have already told you that there are number of kinds of intellectual properties, like copyright we have already discussed, patent we have already discussed, and trademark is also one of the intellectual property. Basically, what is trademark? You may have certain symbols, you may have certain words, which you may have certain names which you have attached with your business, and that figure, that symbol, that word becomes symbolic for the quality of the product which you are producing and offering to the public. Similarly, it may be a symbolic for the services which you are providing to the public. So that is called trademark or service mark. So like other intellectual properties, because if you have some kind of symbol which you print on the product, or you provide any kind of service where you have a particular mark, and that mark symbolizes the quality of the product, people's impression is that if such kind of mark is there on any product or any kind of services which you provide, that is a services of quality as provided by you. If somebody else try to use that symbol or mark on the service, then it mean it will symbolize that this is a service or product produced by you. That will just misuse of the trademark and service mark. So therefore, trademark which you have printed on the product, or service mark which you have symbolizes the kind of services you are providing, that is very important intellectual property. And anybody who has developed that trademark over the year using it and symbolizing the quality of the product, if somebody print that symbol or trademark on their product or services, it will mislead the people that this is service or product produced by you. So therefore, this will be treated as infringement of the intellectual property. So therefore, it is very important to understand what is trademark, and similarly, what is service mark? If the mark is on the product, it is called trademark. If the mark is on the service provided by you, it is called service mark. So trademark or service marks are used word for different kinds of goods and services. So therefore, it is very important for all of us that we must understand the trademark, the concept of trademark, as well as the concept of the service mark for protecting our rights, and how it is going to be registered, what kind of benefits of registering we have, uh, what is called trademark, what is called service mark, what kind of symbols we can use, what kind of words we can use, whether we can use the combination of symbols and words as a trademark or not. All these things will be the matter of discussion for today's lecture. So I will be discussing with you all the things in uh, detail while doing all these things. So let's discuss what is the meaning of the trademark first, and then what are the things which are included in the trademark, and how these trademarks are protected, what is the law which is available for protecting the trademark. All these things we will be discussing in this lecture. So first of all, what is the meaning of the term trademark? So term trademark, also written as trademark. For sometime we write the word trademark, TRADEMARK, as combined word. Also sometimes we write trade as separate word, or mark as separate word, or trade hyphen mark. This is a basically a one kind of intellectual property consisting of a recognizable sign. It may be a sign, it may be a design or expression which identify products or services of a particular source from those of others. Although trademarks used to identify services are usually called service marks. So when you use any kind of sign, any kind of design, or any kind of expression which may be a combination of design, sign, or word, and that mark is used to identify a particular product. For example, to get the Airtel services, Airtel has one symbol. one sign. You can easily identify this is a chip of the Airtel. And similarly, if you have Vardhman products, Vardhman has a sign. You can immediately identify this is a wool produced by the Vardhman, because they it symbolizes through some sign or some design or some expression. Similarly, there is a symbol of Hindustan Lever Limited, Unilever Limited. There is a symbol of Connect, that is the services provided in the form of telephone. There is a sign or symbol of the BSNL, which is there. These are all sign, design, or expression which are used to identify a particular product or service. These are known as trademarks. And if this is for services, they are usually called as service marks. So these are the things which we need to identify all this regarding the trademark. Then what is the purpose of the trademark? There are two main purposes for which trademark which are using and they serve the purpose. One is it distinguish and identifies service or goods that a seller or manufacturer sells or is sold by other companies or sellers. So if there are two sellers, suppose A and B, and you have to identify which product is produced by A, that will identify through the that mark, that sign, or that symbol which is used by them. Secondly, it gives to the public the information about where the logo, name, or brand names come from. So naturally, when you use a symbol, it becomes a logo, and that logo, where it is printed on the product, where the name of the product or the company is there, where the brand name comes from, it is all explained by the trademark or the service mark. So if it is used on the product, it is called trademark. It is used on the services, it is called service mark. Now in India, for regulating the affairs of the trademark, we have a Trademark Act 1999. So trademark, according to Trademark Act 1999, trademark is defined there also as in other acts. The basic items are defined. Same trademark is defined in Trademark Act 1999. So trademarks means a mark capable of being represented graphically. Graphically mean it may be a logo, it may be a sign, it may be a symbol, and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from those of others, and may include the shape of goods, their packaging, and combination of colors. So you may have find there are various kind of logos which the companies are using, and they are sometimes colorful. They are using the combination of various colors to project that trademark. So such a mark may include numerous things. It may include signature. Particular kind of signatures are there which are put on the product. Particular kinds of names are there which are put on the product. Some labels are there which are put on the product. Some headings are there which are put on the product. So all these are treated as trademarks. The basic purpose, as it is enshrined in this definition also, the basic purpose is to distinguish the product of one manufacturer or services or one service provider from the services or manufacturer of other manufacturers. So this is the basic purpose, so that we can easily, for example, uh, most of you must have heard about the Petha of Agra, and that is a distinguished mark, Panchi. So Panchi is a basically geographical indication, but this is a trademark also. The symbol which is used is a trademark also. So under the Trademark Act 1999, this symbol is able to distinguish the this sweet from the sweets of the other manufacturers which are used in other communities, other cities, etc., etc. So trademark is basically being capable of represented graphically. So when we say it is being represented graphically, it is able to distinguish the product by a symbol, by a sign, by a word, or combination of all these three, or may use some combination of colors to represent a picture, so that you can easily identify that this is a product which is produced by this particular kind of manufacture. So a trademark may be designated by the following symbol. For example, if the trademark is not registered, we use the word TM. T capital, M capital, where red mark is there. So unregistered mark is there. There is a mark used to promote or brand goods. So TM. After that, you may symbolize your product, sign whatever you want. If there is a service mark, it is symbolizes with SM. S capital, M capital for an unregistered service mark. That is a mark used to promote or brand service. Similarly, if the mark is registered, you use the term R and encircle it. This is a registered trademark. After that, you symbolize your picture or the word or combination of picture or word, all these three things. So trademark may be designated by the various kinds of symbols. For example, you can see in the picture, the Facebook has this kind of trademark where they have used particular color, that is blue, and white color writing a Facebook, and Facebook has been written in a particular fashion. For example, Fair and Lovely, the words are used only, but they have used the word in a particular manner. They have used particular color to write fair, lovely, and for and they have used a particular kind of color. Similarly, McDonald has used I am loving it. M is there, a particular shape of M is formed there. So this is a trademark of the McDonald. For example, eBay, a particular way of writing this. Similarly, Gmail has particular way of writing its combination of colors and signs has been used to write this Gmail. Similarly, KFC has used one picture of a person and used KFC word and used the red letters to define it. So these are all particularly trademark or symbols which are used to distinguish a product. So whenever you open Facebook, this sign will be appear. Whenever you will be using or buying the product of Fair and Lovely, this symbol will be used. Whenever you go to any franchise of the McDonald, you will find this symbol. It symbolizes that this is a product which is produced by Facebook, Fair and Lovely, McDonald, KFC, and this is a service provided by the Facebook, Gmail, or eBay, etc. So this represent a particular kind of quality of the product or service. So immediately you identify this mark is used. If it is originally used, it means the product is of McDonald quality. So you have some impression about the McDonald products and services which they provide. So immediately, without seeing any other thing, if you symbolize, word is symbolized and you recognize it, you immediately use that product or purchase that product. So trademark is typically, it may be a name like Facebook, it may be a word, it may be a phrase. For example, I am loving it. This is a phrase used on McDonald. Similarly, it may be a design. For example, this M has a particular design format. Similarly, it may be a sound. Sometimes when you see the advertisement of any product, a particular sound or beep is pronounced there. So it means through that beep or through that sound, you identify the product. You immediately say, this is a product of this particular manufacturer, or this is a service which is provided by particular manufacturer. You see the advertisement of BSNL, you see the advertisement of Airtel, you see the advertisement of any other telephone service provider. When they give an ad, immediately you identify that this is a advertisement of this particular service provider. So it may be a combination of phrase, logo, word, symbol, design, image, sound, or combination of all these elements. So there is also a range of non-conventional trademark comprising marks which do not fall into these categories, may therefore be visible sign, for example, colors, shapes, moving images, holograms, positions, or non-visible signs like sounds, scents, taste, textures. So these are the certain examples how trademarks are represented by various manufacturer or service provider to distinguish their product, and the imprint of these kind of trademarks are in the minds of the public. So whenever they purchase it, they identify the product or of any kind of a particular manufacturer or a service provider through these trademarks. So now in India, as I have already told, now latestly we have the Trademark Act 1999, but this has a history. It is not that immediately Trademark Act 1990 comes into force. There is a law of trademark in India before 1940 also, which was based on the common law principles of the passing off. Passing off means if somebody says that this is a product manufactured by me by using my symbol. So before the use of the Trademark Act 1999, there was a passing off act, which is an act of tort, which says that you are prohibited to say that this is a product of mine unless it is produced by me. So that concept is known as principle of passing up. And equity has followed in England before the enactment of the Registration Act 1875. So the first statutory law related to trademark in India was the Trademark Act 1940, which had a similar provisions like UK Trademarks Act 1938. As you know that most of the acts in India are based, most of the laws in India are based on the constitution of the UK, because they rule our country for the many years. And when we drafted our constitutions, so we take the good things from many laws, the laws of the United States of America, laws of the UK and other countries which were favorable and which were congenial to our environment in India. So the first act in India was passed in Trademark Act 1940. So in 1958, the Trademark and Merchandise Marks Act 1958 was enacted, which consolidated the provisions relating to trademark contained in other statutes like Indian Penal Code, Criminal Procedure Code, the Sea Customs Act. Earlier also, the provisions were there in the Indian Penal Code, then the Criminal Procedure Code and the Sea Customs Act regarding the protecting of the right of one person if any symbol or goodwill is used by any other person. But with the Trademark and Merchandise Marks Act 1958, it consolidated all the provisions of these all acts, Indian Penal Code, Criminal Procedure Code, and the similarly the Sea Customs Act. So there was a consolidation. But as the things moves, the Trade and Merchandise Marks Act 1950 was repealed by the Trademark Act 1999 and is the current governing law related to the registered trademarks. And the 1990 Act was enacted to comply with the provisions of the TRIPS Agreement on Trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, as we have already discussed that the India is a member of the World Trade Organization, and whatever the various agreements has been signed under the regime of the WTO, India is also a signatory to it. When you become a signatory to any international treaty or international agreement, you have to amend your laws in India, because this is a situation of most favored nation. So if you are a member, you have to provide all facilities to all the members of that agreement. So therefore, accordingly, we, as per the provisions of the trade related aspects of intellectual property rights, TRIPS, we amended our laws also. And Trademark Act 1999 is an example of one of the example of complying the TRIPS agreement as in India by incorporating the new law in it. So though some aspects of the unregistered trademarks has been enacted in the 99, but they are primarily governed by the common law rules based on the principles evolved in the judgments of the court. So in India, regarding the trademark, there are a number of cases were decided. So according to that, number of judgments were pronounced by the various courts, high courts and supreme courts. So the Trademark Act 1999 incorporate all these judgments and make a law accordingly. So wherever the law is ambiguous, it is not there that Trademark Act is the final act. So sometime on certain issues, Trademark Act is silent. If the act is silent or act is not able to explain anything or something is ambiguous, the principles evolved and interpretation made by the courts in England have been applied in India, taking into consideration the context of legal procedure, laws, and realities of India. So accordingly, we use all these things in the Trademark Act 1999. So this is a comprehensive law which incorporate all the judgments which were announced till 99. It incorporates all the provisions which were suggested under trade related aspects of the intellectual property rights. So this is a very comprehensive law, amending all the previous law, and now this is in force at present also. So if you look at the trademark definition according to section 2 ZB of the Trademark Act 1999, trademark means a mark capable of being represented graphically, we have already discussed, which is capable of distinguishing the goods and services of one person from those of others. It may include shape of the good, their packaging, their combination of color. So mark can include a device, mark can include a brand, it may have some heading, it may have some label, it may have some ticket, name, signature, word, letter, numeral shape of goods, packaging or combination of color, or any such combination. So these are all covered under the definition of a trademark as per section 2 ZB of the Trademark Act 1999. So as we have already discussed in the previous lectures also, for getting the detailed information about the trademark, we have one website, like information regarding copyright, like information regarding trademark. So this www.ipindia.nic.in is a very comprehensive website which explain the concepts of related intellectual property rights in a very comprehensive manner. So let's go and see on this website first what kind of information is provided there. Just wait for 1 minute, so it will take 1 minute to open, and accordingly we will see to it. Just opening the website. Yes. So here you can see the website of ipindia.nic.in. So the first column is regarding patents. We have already discussed about it.
That it is
And
not
you have
visible.
designs, yes, you have trademark. So when you click on the trademarks, so it will about, first of all, it will tell about us. About means there are certain
Excuse me,
information.
sir.
Yes.
सर पावर पॉइंट ही शो हो रहा है सर
अच्छा, only your
इस वेबसाइट पे
only
शो हो रही सर अब
okay, just now can you see it? Is it
नो
visible?
सर अभी पावर पॉइंट ही शो हो रहा है अभी
Okay, let me close the PowerPoint. Go on the screen share again. Now visible? Now can you see it?
यस सर
Now visible, na?
यस सर विजिबल है सर
Oh, it is visible. Okay. So this is a website. First of all, I go back on the same page, which is yes, this is the original page of ipindia.nic.in, and on ipindia.nic.in you have the one icon of patents, one icon of design, one icon of trademarks, one icon of geographical indications, etc. So we'll be moving one by one to all. Like in first, Let's go on the trademark page. So just click on the About Us first. So this is the link about the trademark. So here very beautifully the total history of trademark registry, which was first established in 1940, and now we have Trademark Act 1999 and the rules there, and so complete information which we have discussed just right now has been given. So this is very useful information. You can download and just uh, study it. So this is very beneficial information for all of you. So similarly on trademark also there are certain other information and other icons which are available. Let me show to you because some other files are opening because of the virus. Yes. Similarly, quick information is given here. So just click on the click quick information, you will get the various things about it. In quick information, you have administration steps involved, then international non-proprietary name, registered trademark of startup. These are some information which may be useful to you. So similarly, you can go on publications. There is one trademark journals, international non-proprietary names, manual guidelines. All these information are given on this website. Similarly, you have certain service matter related links. So you can find out all these things here. Service matters, you have these things. Hearing board, these informations are given. Similarly, if you want to find out the act, so organizational structure, if you want to say who is heading what, so this is an organizational structure, so which controls the trademarks in India. First we have the Office of Controller General of Patents, Design and Trademarks. So these are all covered under one head. So similar, this was also discussed previously when we discussed the patents. So we have the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property and Management and PIS Nagpur. Then patent offices there, that they are based on Kolkata. The patent office is also regulating the trademarks. Also, Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. This is one the offices which are given. Similarly, design offices there, trademark registry. Mumbai, its head office is there. Then Delhi, Kolkata, and Chennai are the branches. Similarly, about other geographical indications, which we are not discussing it today. So basically, these are the things which are provided on the website. So you can see the work chart and all these things from this. So basically, this act provides so many things regarding this. So here I am just stopping the share of this website, and again going to the main topics which we were discussing. So this was a website you all of you must know about it and try to grasp some important information from this website. So next question before us is, what are the functions of the trademark? So trademark may be used to indicate that goods are of a particular maker or a particular manufacturer, so identify the goods. Second, the goods of that maker are of particular kind or quality, so it represent a quality also. If somebody else is using your trademark, it means that is mischieving the public. So trademark may indicate his best quality by one trademark and the second best quality by another trademark, and so on. So MRF, for example, you are using with symbol of a person holding tire is good quality, and MRF written plainly indicate the second quality. So you must find out if MRF is a symbol or a trademark used on a particular tire, you must identify that at what fashion the MRF is written. And you, when you purchase the MRF tire, that logo must be on there. So if that logo is not according to the design of the company, it means somebody is mischieving the public. So all these things needs to be identified with very great care. So it serves the purpose of identifying the source of origin of the goods, which manufacturer has produced it. So similarly, when we go to identify what are the, as per the modern business conditions, a trademark perform the following functions. Number one, it identifies the product and origin. Secondly, it guarantees its unchanged quality. It advertises the product. It creates an image of the product. For example, zip drive associated with the Santro car. Taj Mahal for a particular quality of a tea, which will be different in quality from Brook Bond. Sony is associated with the electronic item, etc. So the function of service marks in relation to the services are similar to that of trademark in relation to the good. For example, courier services such as DHL, DTDC, GATI, etc. So when you see these kind of words in a particular fashion written on the board of any office, you identify that this is a DHL services of courier service, which is good quality, which allow to reach your package very soon and in a qualitative manner. So this represent a quality of the product also. So if anybody is using without your permission, that is a mischievous act. So essential features, a trademark should have the following essential features. Number one, trademark should have a distinctive character, distinctiveness of the trademark. A trademark would be considered as a good trademark when it is distinctive. If you are using the similar kind of words and symbol as used by the others, the people will be in fits. They will not be able to identify your trademark. So it should have a distinctive. Whenever you want to establish your own trademark, you must find that it must have a distinctive kind of characters. Second, distinctiveness may be class dependent. What is distinctive in relation to one class of goods may not be in relation to another class of goods. So whatever different kinds of classes of goods you are producing, accordingly, you design the distinctiveness in your trademarks accordingly. So trademark may be united wholly to one or more specified color, or this color combination may become the more distinctive characteristics of your particular mark. So you may use combination of various colors and signs to produce all these kind of goods. Similarly, inherent distinctiveness must be there. Means a mark or to get up in distinctiveness is itself from the everything else. No one can justifiably claim the right to use it. For example, RIN and Zen. Zen is a separate thing. RIN is a separate thing. So RIN is used for all kind of these detergents, and Zen is used for the cars. So when you say acquired distinctiveness, it means distinctiveness through use. For example, trademarks Yashica, Hawkins, Surf, and Lux have acquired distinctiveness through the use, as also they are distinctive due to the inherent quality of why being invented words. So in such a manner, you design your the distinctiveness of the product. So trademark should preferably be in an invented words. Best trademarks are invented for example, Zen. Nobody else used it earlier. Dio, non-weird scooter. So trademark, if it is a word or name, then it should be easy to pronounce. The remember Lux for a soap, Maruti Zen for a car, Mercedes for a car, Levis for jeans, Renault for pens, Parker for pens, etc. These are the trademark which are able to distinguish their product from others. So in case of device mark, the device should be capable of being described by a single word. For example, camel for camel ink, Kingfisher bird for Kingfisher beer. So trademarks correctly and right legibly should be easily be able to be spelled out. So these are the things which we must consider. So similarly, it should be distinctive but may be suggestive of the quality of the good. For example, a mark A1 would generally suggest superior quality. A1 cycles, for instance, it should be short. For example, Flex, Brew, Rin. It should be appeal to the eyes as well as the ear. It should just satisfy the requirements of the registration. It should not belong to the class of marks prohibited for registration. So mark prohibited under the Emblems and Names Act should not be used. For example, the symbol of the Ashok Stambh, which is used by the government of India. For similarly, if a symbol which is used by any state government, that should not be used as a trademark, and it will not be registered, even will not be allowable to be registered. So these are the things which you must consider while registering your trademark. So this was the basic concepts regarding the trademark, its concept. Tomorrow we'll be discussing in detail other provisions of the Trademark Act 1999, Today I'm just going to leave here because we have to conduct the viva voce of the MCOM fourth semester and MCOM BA fourth semester. So thank you very much for giving patience hearing. Those who are not attending the classes, they will be in trouble, and they will see how they will be in trouble. So it is my advice to all of you to attend your classes properly, because college is taking much pains to organize your classes in this pandemic situation also, even though sometimes technology issues are there, because whatever we are delivering you, college is paying for that. So if you are not attending the classes, you are going to pay heavily for that. Thank you very much.